Mama, we made it! I am so honored and so grateful to be here, to be a part of this platform. Before I even go any further, it was my first time out of Africa, actually. So imagine your first time out of Africa and you're representing your country in a different country, in a different continent, across the seas. I flew over 24 hours and had jet lag, but I think I was too excited to feel that. I was just overwhelmed with emotion and just excitement at everything and how everything was going. Alrighty, I did some pointers. I don't normally do pointers, but I wanted to make sure I get across everything that I wanted to say to you guys today, not miss a single beat. First of all, I just want to thank the organization of Miss Botswana. It is such a common theme, especially seeing that in Miss Botswana, and obviously everything we'll talk about is about Miss Botswana, but this organization represents something. In my interview, the diary sessions, you would speak about what Miss Botswana means to you, and I remember talking about it representing a platform and a voice for young women to foray ahead in, which is true. But that is Palesa from the outside speaking in and knowing what I know about Miss Botswana, but it is a different conversation now that I am Miss Botswana and I am inside and I get to experience it and not only talk about it from looking at it. And what I realized that it truly is such a great foundation for a young woman such as myself to have her potential unlocked, and not only that, but for it to be worked on. And this is something that I used to say to myself a lot, and I think I'd whisper it, I wouldn't say it out loud, but I had always wanted to represent possibilities to a young girl who looks at me and says, wow, if she can do it, so can I. We say that a lot, but when you are in that position and you feel like, I'm doing something right, it really makes a shift inside of your heart, and that is what I truly believe the organization for Miss Botswana is it empowers, it unlocks potential, it makes you aware of the woman inside of you, the fire inside of you, and it makes you want to tap into that. It makes you want to become her. It makes you want to define and redefine her. I also believe that the way the workshops had been set up, like you said, had been to empower the young girl child, because the workshops were not just about beauty in respects. It was about law. We had law workshops. We had workshops on public speaking. We had workshops on so many things that even if I had not won Miss Botswana, I would have walked out with something. I would have walked out with more knowledge. I would have walked out knowing how to do something that I had either not known how to do before. And I feel that is such a big part of bringing young women into a space. You want them to come into a space to be enabled to do something. You want to become a catalyst for a young woman to be able to foray ahead in life and push ahead and have ideas and want to work on those ideas. A highlight in Miss Botswana from the top 30, and even before the top 30, one thing I realized was every woman was so different from the next, and that is what I loved. We had different attributes and different characteristics, and I feel that even though it was a myriad of us, you guys had catered for all of us in one way or the other. We were all able to tap into that, and we were all able to find what we liked out of it, and we were all able to see how we could take this knowledge and foray ahead. And he's right about sisters still being a part of this. I still had my sisters at the airport. I know I came in a bit late, but you know, those who could stay, stayed, and I think that speaks volumes into the relationships that we built and we formed from there. And just the management of Miss Botswana, I'll be honest, it was hard turning the cheek, because when you have management, they want to give you what's best. They want to give you the best side, and they want you to think that they have it all together, but the reality is they don't. And I think I got to see that. I got to feel that, and I got to experience that. And I think it had the complete opposite effect. It did not deter me, it did not demotivate me. It only made me love them even more. It only made me connect with them even more, because we were going through it together. One thing we have in common with the team is there's a fire in us. And we are a crazy bunch, because even if it looks like there's no way, we run. but we run like there's no tomorrow because we don't give ourselves the option. We don't give ourselves the option of backing down because there is no option like that. When you're at the bottom, there's only one way to look, and that's up. And that's how we viewed it, because it was a hard time financially, and I did see that. And you know, when things are hard, the last thing you want to do is be a reason why there's a problem. You want to be a reason why people want to find a solution. You want to be a reason why people want to say, hey, okay, we're not in a great space right now, but let's keep going and let's see where this can take us. And I believe with the attitude that we had, that was what was happening right across the board with everything. Coming down to the support structure of Miss Botswana, I'll be honest, I was having fun in Puerto Rico, but not all days were like that. Some days were harder than others. Mr. Hule did mention that I was quite sick, and I got very frustrated and emotional about it because I wanted to be on my best all the time. And we know how life is. Life doesn't work like that. You have your ups and you have your downs, and it affected my eating. And when you affect your eating, you affect your health. When you affect your health, you don't eat well. And I started at some point trembling because my body was lacking nutrients. And when your body gets to that point, it affects you mentally. But I will say that the management team was with me every single day. And I'm talking about 3 hours of phone call conversations every day. Now, if you know a lady when she's during her precious time, we are very moody and very irritable. So you can imagine you're all over the place, and these people are like, we have you, we got you, relax, we have your back. They had my back emotionally, they had my back physically, and I know it's a stretch to say physically because they were on the other side of the world, but somehow they managed to be there for me physically, emotionally. Every single day I received a motivational quote. And it's really cheesy, but it goes a long way. And they just make sure you're okay. If I needed anything financially, they had my back, even if it's the last cent out of their pocket. They're like, if you need to get something, we have you. And obviously having been a part of the journey and knowing how hard it was, but then making sure that, Balisa, we have your back, and reassuring me every single time made that much of a difference. And I just want to echo that out and say, if you support the support structure, it helps to create a strong foundation for 1,000 Balisas to stand on it. That is such an important point in this, the sustainability. Yeah, the sustainability of it all. You know, I'm honored and grateful for this opportunity, but how magnificent would it be if there were 100 other women saying, you guys did this for us. And not only that, but they are impactful in our community, and they're impactful in everything that they do. And it's such an honor and such a privilege, and I'll do the proper thank yous, but I just want to say thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. And on that note, also just thank you, BCW, for giving me such an amazing team of management. I don't know where you got these brilliant people from, and I don't know how they do it, but you guys employed some soldiers on me, and I think it's Palesa because of a people. I'm lifted up by a people. I'm lifted up by people who are relentless and who are determined and who want this as much as we all do. But with that being said, I'll go on to my thank yous. And I'll start with you, my mama. Maro Palesa. I look like I'm about to say poor, ma. You and I are more or less alike. Literally, we don't have hair together. We're both bald. But outside of that, I want to say thank you, Mama. Thank you. You and I have come a long way. We know happiness together. We know sadness together. We know growth together. We know perseverance together. And we know love together. And I want to thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me every single day that thank you for reminding me every single day that I'm loved, that I'm worthy, that I can do it, that if I put my mind to it, I can do it, because the words that you say to me, I echo out to other girls. And that's a big part of my project, it's mental health. Because the things you speak into a child, they echo out, and she is what you say she is. And you said I am powerful, and you said I am great. And that is what I hope Botswana sees, and that is why I am here today, and I am Ms. Botswana, and you know,